Something happened when I was at the shops earlier that was like an omen. And I'd like to take you back now to a few minutes before the show.
You didn't buy any toilet rolls.
What?
The toilet rolls.
I thought you said bread rolls. Can't we use those?
Oh, for goodness sake.
I've got a lot on my mind.
I wonder where your head is sometimes.
It's on the top of my neck.
Really?
For it is written.
What?
For it is written, sir, that the prophet will come and he will speak in many voices.
What?
Are you even listening to what I'm saying?
Yes, I am. It's just...
And those voices may sound like Teddy Wogan or Brucey or Michael Caine. My name is Michael Caine.
You're not going to start chatting with him. We've got to get to the studio.
Yes. He seems quite interested. It won't be a minute.
He's another one of those nutters Anti-Duhring Battalion. For goodness sake.
For was it not said that a time will come and we will be cursed with a plague of frogs? Hey, I'm Kermit the Frog.
That's amazing.
Now, where is Miss Piggy? She must be around here somewhere.
How are you doing that?
I have the gift.
Yes, but it's uncanny.
This showeth that you doth. What sort of showeth be it?
Oh, well, it's a comedy show.
So thine be a comedian?
Well, yes.
Like Eric Morecambe. What do you think of it so far? Ruggish.
I suppose.
I doth see, yes. You be a joker. There's always a funny man in the game, but he's only funny by mistake. But everyone laughs at him just the same. They don't see his painted heartbreak.
It's science, it all links in, it's great. The whole thing's a great experience, I'm sure you'll understand.
Recording in progress.
I didn't know what I was going to do the show about this week. I was getting all my notes out as normal. I got a knock on the door. Somebody said, Sir, there's someone here to see you. You wouldn't believe who's just walked in through the door. He's sitting opposite me now. It's only Elliot Stewart. Elliot, hello.
Hello there. Yes, here I am in the studio with you. You're looking mighty fine there. I can't believe we're wearing the same outfit.
I know, it's great. And it's so great that you popped by. And it's at this really important reason why Elliot did come in, because we had the very sad news this week that Bernard Cribbin had died. Now, the thing is that we are fortunate to have Elliot. Elliot was very close to Bernard Cribbin's. I mean, it was for probably a relatively short period of time because he lived to a grand old age. But fortunately, Elliot was probably, I mean, I'd say for a while you were one of the closest. Is that correct? You were probably one of the closest people to him, would you say?
Well, we were inseparable, if anything. You know, we were just like twins. I mean, we didn't look like each other. I mean, we weren't born on the same day or anything, but it was the furthest away and closest to the phrase twins that you can imagine.
Yeah. All right. So, I mean, there's an age difference, obviously, and he was a veteran of comedy. Right. So, Elliot, take us back then. And I just want to remind everyone that Elliot does a show in... Just hold that thought for 1 second.
I will.
I think I can hear somebody in the next studio. Just bear with me.
All right.
I am wearing shorts, by the way.
Just checking. I couldn't tell then. It was unnecessary. Well, while Anti's adjusting himself, I can tell you that the Comedy Lovers Guide is on Fridays at 1 o'clock, Saturdays at 5 p.m, and a fresh show also on Tuesdays. Oh, he's back now, so that subtle advert only you and I know about.
Hi, sorry for the delay there, but you just have to shut these people up. You know, you really have limited audio time here. So
the movie is great. Wombling Free with Bonnie Langford, filmed by the guy who also directed The Railway Children, Lionel Jeffries is actually quite a good film, apart from the slight racism.
It's a beautiful film and based on a true story as well, which makes it more poignant in a way.
Yeah.
I would say that Bernard Cribbins, his voice is the one that we associate.
He's not in the movie. It's so weird. I don't know what happened. Yeah. Did he fall out with Lionel Jeffries? Did he Mike Back? Did he annoy him? Bernard Cribbins is not in any way in the Wombling Free movie. I don't know what happened.
He isn't in that movie.
No.
But the movie he is in, and he made a huge impression on me, of course, is the Daleks' Invasion Earth. I love the Peter Cushing. I know it's sort of breaking the rules and everything, but I love Peter Cushing's role. I love London in there. I love the colours, the graphics. It's for me, it's got everything. It really is a one to watch. And being with somebody from that movie must have been quite mind-blowing for you.
When I met Bernie for the first time, the first thing I said to him was to do with Sugar Puffs.
Yeah.
Because Sugar Puffs are part of the movie. They are part of the sponsorship, even though it's set in the year 2150, which isn't too far away.
Mm-hmm.
Sugar Puffs somehow managed to survive the alien invasion, and you can see them on posters everywhere. So I said to him, bowl of Sugar Puffs, and he looked at me in that way that you're looking at me now.
He must have got the association straight away because it's an obvious one for someone who's on the inside.
I mean, he must get it all the time. That was embarrassing, actually. I could have gone up to him and said various other things, but I couldn't resist saying bowl of Sugar Puffs to him. And, he smiled in that way that we all know.
Annoyed people do.
Yeah. But he's one of these people like Bernard Cribbins, Roy Castle, who had been in a movie made by the Amicus production company that involved Daleks. They only appeared in 1 or 2 or 3 movies. They appeared recently in a Looney Tunes movie in Hollywood. I think they used the same models as well.
The Daleks?
They appeared in a Looney Tunes movie, I think 2007. It was had Steve Martin in it. And it had loads of monsters suddenly get found in Area 57 or whatever it is, next to Area 51, 5 blocks down. And it was all 6. And suddenly all these monsters come out from this island Earth. And then the door opens up and there are Terry Nation's huge creations coming straight for us. And they were quite clearly the same models that were used in the 1965 movie with Bernie in it.
Because they had the big ears, the big lights on the top of their head.
Which must be terrible for the actors who are inside them, because they've got to shout. And you know that when they shout exterminate and everything, that's not dubbed on. They're inside. And I've been inside a fridge in a version of 12th Night in Norfolk, and I had to shout to him and get my lines out. And these Dalek operators, not only have they got to move the handles and crank them and move their feet around and everything, they've also... Sorry, I just kicked you with my leg then, sorry. But yeah. I've also, they've got to be screaming and shouting to make those lights light up.
Yeah, some of them actually died. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think it's quite a lot. I'm not sure the amount. I think quite a lot of them did actually die later on in life. But
you might call it karma. Like if you're going to play something that goes around exterminating people, you yourself might get exterminated.
And it's so. Just going back to Bernard Cribbins, only because it's relevant, not because there's not other stuff that we can talk about. But did you ever feel at times that your relationship, friendship was, I don't know, strained? Or did you ever feel, was there any times when you felt him, what's the word? Did he ever get annoyed with you?
There was that one time when I was talking about the Railway Children.
Yeah.
And he's in that movie. And as far as he was concerned, he was just in that movie. I got that impression, really, when you talk about that movie and they mention the rest of the cast. People are always talking about how young the actresses were and how they had to underplay their age and everything. And you could sense in the room that Bernard wanted to say that I am in that movie too, you know.
Well, it's funny, isn't it? This interview's got very Dalek-y all of a sudden. Now, which probably takes us a little bit away from talking about Elliot's friendship with the late Bernard Cribbins.
Well, my job at the Regent's Park Open Air Theatre was to shunt people around, not the actors, the people who came to see whoever was in the production that night, and get them to take their seats before the last call, because a lot of the productions would start and you had to close the gates so they couldn't come in. So as in you'd have to wait 10 minutes for the first act or first scene to finish before you could get back in your seats again, if you get what I mean. So my job was meant to go, ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats for Much Ado About Nothing, and that sort of thing.
Right.
He's in 2 minutes. I'm doing my big voice.
We're going back to the beginning of how you first met Bernard Cribbins, and it was through the theatre, basically, through an association.
It was. I mean, the best thing about Bernard is he is associated with many things, mainly acting. You know, there's a lot of things that you could think about that he did, and a lot of things we don't know about that he did do, but mainly acting is the one thing that you'd think. So. When I was at the theatre I'd been there about 8 or 9 times, and then there he was, you know, just sat there, you know.
So was it hard to get into? Did you find him, initially when you first kind of like became friends? Did you find it hard to spark up conversation? That must be the icebreaker, because you want to talk to them, but what do you say? So how did you do it?
Well, I saw he was there, and I walked up to him and I said, would you like to take your seat now, Mr. Cribbins?
And what was
and there was quite a long pause, and his back was to me, and he turned round. And he looked at me with those eyes. And
those eyes?
Those eyes that saw the Daleks.
Basically, the same eyes that was talking to John Pertwee that were in the studio when he recorded Right Said Fred. Yeah, so carry on, sorry.
So
fascinating. I love this.
The eyes turned round, looked at me with those eyes.
Just stop you there for just 1 second. You say you turn round. I'm just trying to picture the scene for the viewers out there. So give it to me exactly. You're coming in at a right angle now.
I'm coming in from the left. Coming in He's
it looks like it's on the right.
At the picnic table. He doesn't see me. I come towards him. I say, I do recognise him from the back.
Okay.
Would you like to take your seat?
Okay, so he turns round. Now, he's actually facing you. Is he facing you full on, would you say? So,
hang on, how are we facing each other?
Full on. Full on, sure.
Like this, quite close. We're like nose to nose now.
Yeah.
It was not as much as that. So a bit further back. That's better. Sorry, my elbows. So I'm looking at him. He's looking at me. It's an awkward...
You're looking at me?
It was like
You're looking at me?
It was like Robert De Niro was there, you know. Metaphorically speaking. And he just he said, I'm doing it.
I'm doing it. Now, now, so there's a lot there, isn't it, really? You're talking about the Railway Children, you're talking about, I don't know if you brought up Daleks Invasion Earth because you were not so keen on Amicus, but there's a lot there. There's the that's how things started. So it starts, it kicks off. So walk us a bit through about how everything progressed from there. It's phase 2. The show's not started. How long have we got till the show started?
We've got about 2 minutes. I've got about 1 minute and 50 seconds now to get Bernard Cribbins to get... He's not in the show.
He's not in the show. the sweat is literally dripping off you. You're that on edge. There's 2 minutes to go. Unless this works out, you're going to get fired. You've got to get that man in his seat directly. Take us through. Where are you now, Elliot?
Well, I'm sort of thinking, do I help him up? Because he's helping up an older woman there. I never found out who she was.
Right.
He's helping her up. I'm saying, I'm sorry, Mr. Cribbins, but if you don't go now, you're going to miss the first scene, or three scenes of the Shakespeare that they're putting on. And again, he looks at me, he says, I know. You know, I mean, I know.
It twice. He says it twice. Yeah.
Like most actors, he's not quite sure. He said it like the first time, so he's doing another version of that conversation. He's having to go with that sentence. He's looking at me. He's telling me these things.
He's telling you those things. Hope I'm not interrupting too much. I'm just trying to paint the picture for the viewers there. He's mirroring Shakespeare. When Shakespeare closes something, he repeats, doesn't he? He repeats the line again and again.
Be or not to be.
But I'm talking about the end of his when they do these Sinatras. You know, they do these Sinatras to they repeat it. Cribbins is doing that. He's basically saying, I'm on your level, isn't he?
He's bookending me.
Yeah.
He's right there. He's doing it. Now, he's such a pro. You know, so he gets up.
Right.
He's helping up this old lady. I didn't know who she was. I still to this day do not know. We never talked about it.
Okay.
Then we're heading towards...
Is he still with the old lady?
I don't know who she is.
No, but is he still with her when he's heading?
Yes, he's still got this... He's holding her arm.
So he knows her?
Yeah, they're heading towards the door, or the gate, which is going to shut soon.
Let's call it a door.
Let's call it a door.
Yeah.
Yes, the door is going to shut like a gate soon.
Okay, call it a gate.
Okay, so this gate is going to shut like a door.
Yeah.
And it's going to happen. And I don't know whether he's going to make it through at that point.
Right. What's the feeling now? What's going on, Elliot? Stop. Let's know what's going on inside you. You're worried. The sweat's coming off you. You've been threatened with the sack. What's next? What's going on?
I'm really thinking this is a lot easier than when I met Lulu.
Right.
She was just... I'm sorry. It's a moment for me. When I met Lulu the day before, she was just asking for a seat for her son. And, you know, it's like when I met Paris Hilton Harrods asking for Clockwork Fish. These things happen to all of us. You know, when Lorraine Kelly was flirting with me, asking about DVDs. You know, when we met Liz Shaw from Inferno from Doctor Who in Bentel Centre in Kingston. You know, these moments, they flood through your head, and you realise that at this point, there's nothing you can do.
Nothing you can do, because everything, and you couldn't think of insurance as well, isn't you, in a situation like that? Why is the insurance going to be live? Because don't forget, he was in the Railway Children. So if the place does, you know, say, catch on fire, he sets on fire, what's the insurance going to be like for the company? You know, because he's on fire, he's burnt.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot, isn't it? And you're an employee, and it's going to be on you.
It's on my shoulders.
So
thinking all those things, they are definitely going to happen. What am I going to do? I just have to step back and let him do it, because he's the professional. I'm not an actor. You know, I've been a few times. I've done some acting.
You've done some acting. Did you tell him you've done some acting?
You know, I should have now. I feel such a fool. I should have.
Yeah, because everything's happening at once. But the thing is, you've got the connection, so it's really
that would have helped a lot. You know,
there's a symbiosis sort of going on. So okay, he knows what to do, and you feel like at that point he was taking control of the situation. Okay, walk us through a bit more, Elliot, of where we were.
Well, I mean, to be honest, you know, the ending of this. I didn't see him again. I think it's weird. I can remember him being angry. I can remember the old woman. But I can't remember whether he made it to the door or the gate. I couldn't tell you. So for all I know, he missed the performance. But we never to this day, you know, talked about it.
And that was an absolutely breathtaking story. Thanks, everybody. That's Elliot Stewart, everyone. Elliot Stewart on Bernard Cribbins.